for a team. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars.
DJ Chark passing some time today, taking on the fans in a little Madden challenge. Not surprisingly, Chark spent most of the afternoon just throwing deep passes to himself, which is really every wide receiver's dream game plan, if you ask me. From virtual games to a virtual draft, the NFL always has a way to stay relevant, even when the season is still months away and even during a pandemic. Welcome to Action Sports Jax Primetime. I'm Stuart Weber. We're talking all three levels of football on the show tonight: pro, college, and the preps, all over the next 30 minutes. We start with the Jaguars. They are just a few days away from potentially making 2 picks in the first round on Thursday night. With the 9th and 20th overall selections, the Jags could find 2 difference makers for the 2020 roster, or maybe they go a different route and trade up or down. General Manager Dave Caldwell knows every option is on the table as the Jags head into Thursday with 12 picks.
If there are players there, or if we're sitting there at 9 or 20 and we do like 4 or 5 different players and they're still on the board, well, yeah, then that gives you an option to trade back. Conversely, if you're sitting there at 9 and 20 and there's only one guy left and you're a pick 5, you might have to use some of that ammo to go up and get the guy you want. I think you have to see what's happening in front of you, and when you get to your pick, who is there for you to trade back for.
You know, I think the pro side and our coaches have really done a good job of, getting that stuff where we're not going into this draft going, holy cow, we can't line up today and play. I mean, do we want to add players? Absolutely. We're going to have a great opportunity too in this draft to 12 picks.
All right, some more notes from the pre-draft discussion. Nothing new on Yannick Ngakoue. Running out of days if you want to use that trade as leverage. Head coach Doug Marrone was asked if the Jags are going to throw it more next year with Jay Gruden as the OC. He gave the I want to go 50% running, 50% passing answer, but he did say he'd like the team to be better situationally, throwing on third down, running in the red zone, etc. And for draft procedure, the Jags will be using league-sponsored Microsoft Teams for video conferencing. That's why the funny line there, I got a really big team. It's funny, don't worry about it. They're going to have a larger than normal group on hand thanks to the lack of space limitations. You don't have a room, so you can have as many people as you want. Speaking of big teams, doesn't get any bigger or better for that matter than what we bring to the table this Thursday night. We team up with Jaguars.com for our annual draft show. Join us for the Action Sports Jax 2020 draft special on Thursday night. It'll air on both CBS 47 and Fox 30 at 7 p.m. One big topic leading up to that draft night, well, it's going to be this guy right here, Leonard Fournette. Never one to hide how he actually feels. The Jags running back has reacted on Twitter to moves that sent his former teammates to other teams on trade. Then, number 27 went on national TV saying, hey, it wouldn't be a bad idea if the Jaguars were to pick up Cam Newton and give Gardner Minshew some competition. Well, today, Adam Schefter tweeting out that league sources tell him the Jags have had trade discussions for Leonard Fournette, who is due a little over $4 million in base salary in the final year of his rookie contract. He also threw in a line in there that bears watching. I think that's just teasing Chicago fans, which is pretty funny by Adam. His colleague at ESPN, Field Yates, would add a list of 5 trade candidates for draft week, and sure enough, 2 Jaguars players at the top, Yannick Ngakoue and Leonard Fournette. Jags already have 12 picks. We'll see if that number changes, and well, Ron Burgundy couldn't have said it any better. Going to be interesting to see what happens with Fournette. Even with a great year, the Jags only won 6 games, a great year from Fournette, that is, and bringing him back, are they going to do it after this year anyways? No telling what Fournette will think he's worth versus what the Jags are willing to pay. All things to consider as the Jaguars offseason rolls on. One guy that knows about being selected in the NFL draft, how about offensive lineman Jawaan Taylor? Just a year ago, Taylor drafted in the 2nd round out of Florida, and after playing in all 16 games facing pass rushers like Von Miller and Cam Jordan, well, he surely had his welcome to the NFL moments. Earlier this week, Taylor chatted with us about the interesting beginning to year number 2.
All the things I need to improve on, I've been working on that so far in this offseason. Even though the virus and stuff is going on, I still, focus on the certain things I need to get better at. Well, I did go back and look at, different things I did good. And I want to get stronger. I feel like that's something I definitely need to improve on, is getting my strength levels up. And 2, I feel like I should improve my hand placement and pass protection. Penalties, I need to clean up penalties as well. So those main three things I'm really focusing on the most.
Hey, you've dealt with this probably all your life because it seems like everybody in the outside world hates the offensive line and how it performs.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of criticism to the offensive line last year, yet we talked to Doug Marrone and Dave Caldwell. They seem to like what you guys have in your room. Can you talk a little bit about that dynamic? Do you guys hear the noise? Do you like the guys coming back? And how good can you guys be as a unit, especially now that you'll be going into year number 2?
Well, for one, we drown out the noise. We don't listen to it. We just keep pushing forward and getting better as a unit. Coach Warhol doing a great job with us, of course, and Coach Malone and all the other coaches that's around. They're doing a great job with us, and we're just building. I love the guys around me. They helped me have a great rookie year, and I learned a lot from them. Just coming in under all the vets' wings and learning the game of football even more from a higher standpoint. But right now we're just building. It's every single day just getting better as a unit. It's different right now because everyone's at home, training on their own. But at the same time, we still have to find ways to get better. There's really no excuses. You got to stay in shape in this game. So right now, at the point, we just all just trying to find ways to get better.
Jawaan, just to piggyback on that a little bit, your guy takes pride in kind of your body and what you've been able to do to your body since the college days. I guess 2-part question. Would you have handled this situation as well a few years ago in terms of staying in shape? And what are you doing to kind of stay in shape you guys need to be in, not like maybe the normal folks? You got to play football.
Well, yeah, 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't have had the same mindset of the way I take care of my body and the way I did my rookie year compared to 2 years ago. So I feel like I got a lot better in that.
Action Sports Jax Primetime, Saturday at 10:30 on Fox 30.